What's going on, guys? You know the vibes. I'm just offering real drama and news. In the event that you happen to like this content, please like, share, and subscribe. But first things first, rest in peace, Kevin Samuels. The realest nigga that I ever knew. No, I'm not no rapper, but for real. Man, the amount of hate that this guy received amid his death is absolutely despicable, man. And to me, it's just a microcosm of the bigger issue, which is freedom of speech. How have we got to the place in our society where any discourse is considered hate speech? That's the narrative in our society today. You know, I think far too often in our society, we want to live inside these echo chambers where all of our personal thoughts and ideas bounce off the wall, come back to us, only to reaffirm the things that we already believe. How do we move forward as a culture, as a society, when you can't have a conversation without it being considered hate speech? How do we get to this place? I watched Kevin for the last 4 years. I didn't just hop on the bandwagon last year when he had his average at best videos. I didn't agree with everything the man said. However, I don't agree with 100% of anything that anybody says. And I guarantee you that you don't either. And just to address those people who said, well, you know, it wasn't what he was saying, it was how he was saying it. You know, I push back on that. Where is the shining example of a man who can disagree with a woman without becoming a social pariah? At the end of the day, especially somebody with my personality, one thing that I've learned is that there is no right way to tell somebody something that they don't want to hear. If you went to your job tomorrow and the company decided it was making some cuts and your boss came up to you and said, you know what, I'm sorry, I think we gotta let you go. Or he gave you the old Donald Trump special and told you, hey, you fired. I guarantee you take it the same way. I've never seen so many hit dogs holler in my life. He wasn't talking about you. Why do you feel any type of way about it? Why aren't men allowed to have a preference without being castigated? And why are certain groups of people allowed to have an opinion and other groups of people aren't? The protected class. You know, it's a big thing. It's being pushed by the radical left. You know, it's really a red herring if you think about it, labeling people. You know, because once you label somebody, what that does is deflect away from the topic that's at hand. As long as you call me a misogynist for having an opinion about a woman, we don't have to actually talk about the issue that I was addressing. A lot of people who hated the guy only watched snippets on World Star and little 30-second, 2-minute clips here and there. He was a big advocate of the nuclear family, and more specifically, the black family. I don't understand why he got so much hate. He wanted men and women to get married before you carry, so on and so forth. I don't understand what's so negative about that message that you took, or you had such a visceral reaction to it. Don't hate on this man because he told you the truth. Uncomfortable truths are not hate. As the old adage says, the truth hurts. It's not meant to feel good all the time. How do you spark any change if you don't feel anything by it? I've also seen reports on social media. I don't know if it's true or not. You know, Kevin Samuels, he died broke. The nurse that he was with was really a man and went by Omar or whatever the name was. You know what? At the end of the day, I don't care if Kevin Samuels was a unicorn galloping on a rainbow on his way to gay pride with only $1 in his pocket. How did that make anything he said any less true? You know, I often see people who respond to the stuff that Kevin said emotionally, but rarely do you see anybody respond logically to anything he said. I would love to see a woman, especially one that got her shit together, where some broke guy, 3-4 baby mamas, and no job would have a chance with you. You call this man delusional, because he would be, right? You'd be like, what? I'm a nurse, or whatever your job description may be, or, you know, I got my master's degree, and this broke guy with 4-5 kids, 4-5 baby mamas, and no job, he think he can talk to me? We'd all would think that guy is crazy. Well, why can't a man think the same thing conversely about women and have a preference and have a choice? I don't see men bashing women for having a choice. Why do y'all bash us for it? And say we bitter and gay and we hate women? No, we just got a preference the same way you do. You know, Kevin Samuels spoke to these women and gave them a roadmap to get these high-value men that they say they wanted. Anytime you want something, you have to bring, and it's valuable, you have to bring something to the table to get it. You can't go into the Mercedes-Benz dealership today and tell them like, yeah, you know, I want that S550 because I just feel like I deserve it. No, they want you to bring something to the table, whether that be a sizable down payment, a good credit score, and a good income. They're not gonna just give it to you because you say you deserve it. It's no different with a high-value man. You have to bring something to the table to get that. You should get a guy with this income with these looks, that's hung like a horse and has good credit just because you're a woman. It doesn't work like that anywhere in our society. It's an even exchange. It's quid pro quo, this for that. For somebody to try to tell you what you have to have or what your requirements are to get the things that you say you want, that's not hate. That's just an uncomfortable truth sometimes. If I go into that same Mercedes-Benz dealership and they tell me, yeah, bro, you just don't got the credit, you don't got the income, I'm not going to walk out and say, yeah, they just hate me. Somebody who supposedly hated women, was married twice, never said anything negative about his ex-wives. Not one thing. He's been on plenty of platforms where he could have bashed either one or both of his ex-wives, and he chose not to. He took the high road. Conversely, I could look on my social media page right now and see 10 women bashing their baby daddy or their significant other, their husband right now for the world to see. He was on Vlad TV one time, and Vlad even tried to bait him into saying something negative about his ex-wife. He was like, you know what? I'm not talking about it. It just didn't work. They're great women. Moving on. I see some people talking about his slogans, buy a dog, die alone. He used to love to say that. But people who never really watched him extensively, I think they take that out of context. He didn't really mean it literally. He meant it in terms of marriage dying alone. He didn't mean it in terms of, oh, you'll have nobody, especially women. Y'all can get some pipe whenever you feel like it. If you're a woman who don't want to get married, he wasn't talking to you. So why do you feel any type of way about it? Yeah, guys, so I don't want to belabor the point or come off like this Kevin Samuels mascot, but I do think that people really dug deep into his content and saw where he was coming from and the place it was coming from. It wasn't coming from a place of hate. I do think you get a better understanding of his overall message. Don't just take his taglines and his slogans, really contextualize it. Go back into his content, especially when he was talking to men. For 3 years, nobody cared. But anyway, just go, even with the women, go and dig deep into his content and watch it from beginning to end. And then I'd love to know what you disagree with fundamentally. I guarantee it won't be much. That's going to be it for this one, guys. I don't want to long stroke you on this one. This is going to be a short one. If you guys enjoyed the content and you want to be notified when my next video comes out, please hit the notification bell. That's going to do it. Catch you on the next one.